Fire, fire, fire. Woman actually takes accountability for her divorce. Don't take your man for granted, ladies. I was a selfish bleep. All right, I'm ready.
You guys are not even gonna believe this. In this video, we've got a woman, pretty lady, with the text overlay saying, "Don't take your man for
It's gotta be fake. She's a pick-me. She's doing it for money. Real women don't exist. It's AI. Yes, that's another one. Here we go. Thank you,
ladies. Already a rare sight.
It's
for
an
sore
AI
eyes
woman.
here.
I was a selfish bitch in my marriage. I've been divorced now almost 4 years, but I was married to my ex-husband 16 years and with him 18 years. And again, I was a selfish bitch. Nothing was ever good enough. I took him for granted. He seriously rolled out the red carpet for me. He was sweet, kind, generous. He told me how much he loved me 5 times a day. He told me how beautiful I was every day. If he'd wake me up in the morning, because he knows I love massages, wake me up rubbing my shoulders.
Wake you up rubbing your shoulders. What?
He'd rub my feet every evening while we were watching TV.
What?
If I said, for example,
super AI. My chat is spamming that it's AI.
Dr. Pepper, he'd be like, okay, let me go to the corner store and get it.
No, he would just plumb up and go to get you a drinky drink. Crazy lady. I don't think she's being crazy. I just think she's just like, damn, I pissed it away.
Adored me. He was amazing. Like, on paper, it's what every girl wants. Seriously. And
wow.
Yeah, I took it for granted.
I wonder if he changed. Like, after the divorce? Because she said that they divorced, right?
And now I lost that, right? And I carried a lot of guilt because I caused it. That's my biggest regret in life, is not saving, the whole family aspect. The grass is not always greener on the other side, ladies. It's not,
Oh my God.
I'm good now. I feel great. And he's super happy with his girlfriend. And honestly, I could not be happier for him because he deserved to be loved. And
yeah, this is an AI because she's doing the bird hands. Yeah.
cared about and respected as he should have always been. So I'm so happy that he's happy. Anyways, what I'm saying, ladies, the grass is not greener on the other side. If you have a good guy, take care of him. Take care of him. Trust me, there's nothing good out in these streets.
I mean, chat, you can be like, oh, she cheated and like blah, blah, blah. And oh, she took him for granted. But at least she's not making a TikTok saying how awful all men are. Why did she divorce him? I actually think she said that he divorced her.
Seriously,
I'm not sure. It doesn't say.
He set the bar, and ultimately, what I always wanted, I had all along. So we have good right in front of us, and we don't know how to take care of it.
Wow!
Damn!
Y'all heard it straight.
This
from
gotta
the
be
horse's
fake,
mouth,
chat.
Straight from the divorcee's mouth. This man was waking her up with massages, putting her to
That's unreal to me. That is unreal to me.
sleep with foot rubs. If she had a single craving for anything, even without being pregnant, he was running in the store.
Is that a thing? Like, guys, if your woman is pregnant, you have to do what she says, otherwise she's gonna schizo out? Is that a thing? I don't know. Like, what is that a thing that people do? Aw, that's so sweet. Really? I imagine so. Yes. Well, obviously, like, I wouldn't know because, like, I was in the womb and my mom was taking care of my dad. But I'm assuming he was nice to her, right? Yeah, like, I'm assuming. I've never actually asked. Maybe I should ask them one day. Be like, Dad, did you get Dr. Pepper for Mom when she was pregnant with me? Yeah.
Getting it, called her beautiful, lifted her up. And in her own words,
is that why I'm retarded? Because I got Dr. Pepper.
Granted. And I feel like that can happen sometimes. But I mean, also, they were together for almost 2 decades, too.
Wow.
2 entire decades of this man.
Would you comply with a person who holds your kid hostage? Wait! Hostage is crazy! human cage. You're in a Gundam suit you can't eject out of. Wait, yo.
Pouring his
that is
soul
accurate, true.
into somebody. Doing things completely the right way.
That's a good man. I don't know. That's
making
sweet.
That money.
Yeah.
And also cherishing her.
Bitches be trifling. That's crazy. Dude, I know it's not the same thing, but like if my brother asked me to go get like a fucking pop when I was like a kid or something, I'd be like, okay, and I go to the store and he'd give me the money. I'd be like, bitch, go get your brother a drink, and I'm like, okay, fine. Oh, you can have the leftover money to buy yourself a candy. Like, if I told my brother to do that, he'd tell me to go kick rocks.
Like
a pop, like a soda.
Gomez, to her Morticia.
Ask your brother how it was. Yeah, I should too. Yeah.
How sometimes this can happen, where every once in a while, when you treat someone so good and spoil them, there are some people who, instead of continuously practicing gratitude, it almost like increases their threshold of what they feel entitled to.
I feel like when all these girls, this is purely anecdotal, but it is kind of terrifying because when I use TikTok and I made a fresh account, it very quickly deduced that I'm a girl, even though I didn't put in my gender into like what is it called, like into the thing, right? And it really startled me because I came across a few TikToks that I showed on stream. Like, I found them organically and I wanted to talk about it. I found them organically through my own algorithm, and it terrifies me that, like, that's what's recommended to girls. Because that's what gets comments, that's what gets men to also leave comments, and then there's a bunch of comments in the section saying like, oh yeah, like it's not good enough, oh my god, he's such a, he's just never good enough, he needs to get me like a Gucci bag and shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck, these bitches are crazy, what do you mean a Gucci bag, those are like $5,000, you want a man drop $5,000 on you? Yeah. Pop, you call yourself an American? What do you mean, pop is a very southern thing to say. Granted, I only said it because, like, I was talking to a friend that said they were getting a soda pop. Yeah, that is a very southern thing to say. Pop.
It's, some people are
or
like
sody.
the
I say
mouse
soda
from
usually.
the book If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. This is a children's book. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but the whole story goes, like, a mouse comes into this lady's house.
Oh.
And first of all, you're not even supposed to fucking be there, mouse. Like, most people would just, like, stamp you out with a broom, you know, at the nicest, right?
Oh,
But
it's a
this lady,
Midwest
like,
thing?
is kind enough
Whatever.
to let the mouse
It doesn't
into
matter.
her house. And that's not enough for the mouse. He's like, well, can I have a cookie? And the lady's like, oh, you know what? Why not? You're a cute mouse. You're wearing a pair of overalls. That's pretty unusual for a mouse, but I find it adorable and endearing. Yes, you can have
Yeah, Shu made that analogy in, I think it was, it was the Emaru thing. Yes, it was the Emaru thing. Guys, stop getting stuck on the fucking pop thing. Focus, come on. Focus, it doesn't matter. I called it soda pop, it doesn't matter.
cookie. That's not enough for the
Come
mouse.
on.
The mouse is like, well,
We're talking about
you
the
gave me a
mouse now,
cookie,
the
let me in your
cheese.
home. While I'm here and we're doing all this, I might as well have a glass of milk. And the lady's like, well, of course you can have a cup of milk. She gives him the cup of milk, she gives him the cookie, and then he's like, well, if I'm gonna have a cup of milk and I'm gonna have a cookie, you might as well give me a piece of paper to draw on. She's like, well, here you go. And he's
Nothing's
like,
ever
I don't
good
have a
enough for him,
crayon,
man.
lady. And he keeps making these demands and these demands. I don't remember how the story ends, actually. Let me find out. How does If You Give a Mouse... A lot of people Google this, apparently.
Yeah, I bet it's because of the shoe video, actually.
The story ends with the mouse having completed a long cycle of activities, looking at the refrigerator, which reminds him he is thirsty. Oh, I got the order of events wrong. I guess the milk comes last. Bringing the chaotic circular story back to its beginning. So it just keeps going. Like, once he draws his picture, then he's thirsty again, then he needs to draw a picture again. And the idea of it is like the demands never end. It becomes this...
It's shifting the goalposts. Like, it's just like emotional. Like, oh, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that?
Circular pattern.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, they just see it as like, well, the bar has to keep being set higher and higher and higher. Instead of, man, this man is...
You know what's funny? I actually think that the men are built to put their foot down for both the children and for the matriarch against the matriarch, because otherwise you would circularly just like give out everything and just never stop trying to please them. Like I think that the stubbornness that men have is probably like tied to like, you know, it's maybe it's not gender specific, but like psychologically speaking, like men are just more stubborn on average than women. Maybe it's hormonal, I don't know, but like it's something about it that I think ties together with like having to fucking put your foot down. Otherwise, no one's ever gonna say no. Women have a hard time saying no sometimes.
So great and amazing. I should just be thanking him
bitch, you
at the
good.
very least.
You want that Gucci bag? I don't know, girl.
And I can't tell you what exactly causes people to become this way, because, you know, people have been guilty of this behavior since the dawn of time, men and women alike. But I definitely can tell you that social media is not helping.
No, it's
right?
not.
And
it's because it's recommending you shit that's gonna make you fucking mad, or it validates your fucking stupid mentality. It goes both ways, because all the videos that are about like all these girls saying like, oh my god, I don't want a man unless he makes like $80,000 a year. And it's like, bitch, that's insane. What are you talking about? Like, the middle class doesn't exist. You want me to make $80,000 a year? What are you talking about? Like, that's towards like the middle of your career, probably, if you have a decent job. What if you don't have one? And it's like, oh no. And then that rage base into comments of men being like, what the fuck, bitch? And then all these women who are like, yes, queen, you know what? Put your foot down.
this woman, she's in the habit now of waking up to her shoulders being rubbed. So if they're not being rubbed, what the hell?
80,000 isn't that crazy in the US? Buddy, you need to get a reality check. I'm sorry. 80,000 is a lot of money. A year? No, it's a lot of money. It's if you have a decent career, you can build up to that. 80,000, like most people make, I want to say probably between 30 and 40. Yeah.
She's in the habit now of him running errands at her beck and call. So if he stops doing that, what the hell, you know? And she's also being inundated with social media influences saying, you know, men ain't shit.
Yeah,
they're not
exactly.
doing
They get
enough.
validated.
You know, the bar is in hell. And
I also think part of the reason is that these like boomers and maybe Gen Xers don't tell their kids that they don't like parent their kids, maybe? I don't know what it is. Like, my parents parented me. Like, granted, they weren't perfect parents, obviously. Like, people, even the most nice parents, the good parents, they make mistakes. But it's like, what's going on here? Like, did your parents ever tell you that you're just being fucking dumb and unreasonable? Like, what's going on?
No matter what, that's gonna get to you, right? I've been open and forthcoming about the fact that when I first got into my marriage, those kinds of messaging did get to me as well. And I also started to kind of fall to those toxic patterns and think to myself, like, yeah, they're right. My husband isn't doing enough. He's not helping around the house enough. He's not earning enough money. He's not complimenting me enough. And it was really like the sink cup for me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, one of my earliest videos was how my husband used to always leave this cup right next to the sink, and it used to piss me off, and I used to just assume the absolute worst intent.
Oh, I do that all the time though. Bro, I do that all the time. A knife or a sink cup. Yeah, that's my drinking cup. I don't want to put it in the cupboard. Yeah, because you're a man. I think it's ADHD coded, maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's a man. You monster? I guess so. Maybe I'm a man.
For why he was doing this, I would think to myself,
said that last
like,
time? Oh, maybe she did talk about
it.
Because she's married and has a kid, I'm pretty sure, doesn't she?
lazy that he can't even wash this dish. He
Buy
can't
30
even
mini
put it in
cups
the
and you can just use
dishwasher.
one. Yeah, exactly.
He's just leaving it there, taunting me as if to say, this is your job. Your job is to clean up after me. And that's honestly what I thought, because of all of the things that I had been inundated with throughout, honestly, my whole life about men, that I was just taught, you know, men expect you to be their maid and mommy and take care of them and pick up after them. And then one day I'm just walking around the house by myself and I'm drinking a cup of water, and I finish the cup of water and I think to myself, I don't know if I'm done with this cup of water. I don't know if I want more water or if it's done. So I'm just going to place it here by the sink so that if I do want to put it away, it's right there by the sink. And if I want more water, it's by the sink. Oh my God.
No.
And sink cup was such a wake up call for me. Such a splash of cold water, a slap in the face, just to the chest.
No.
I was like, he's never expected me to clean up after him. This wasn't him telling me, you know, you're my maid. He just was being indecisive and wasn't sure if he was done with the cup
welcome
yet.
to my life,
and so
bro.
that was the most logical conclusion for him to come to. It's just a beautiful middle ground, you know? And thank God that I started taking a step back and started trying to basically like unlearn everything that I had known about men and made a committed, intentional
and now she's
effort
this
getting to understand my
YouTuber.
husband and actually asking why if I didn't understand something, instead of just assuming, oh well, you know, you must.
That's why you need a balance of counterculture, because all these women get inundated by the algorithm of like, oh well, if my man doesn't make $80,000, then he ain't shit. It's like, bitch, the fuck, you're 23 years old and you want a man that makes $80,000? Are you out of your fucking mind? You need this kind of counterculture. Yeah, she's on the older side. I think she's probably like, what, I don't know, 35 maybe. But like, I don't know. I think it's fine for people to make videos. Like, she's not being like, oh, women bad. It's like, I think there's genuinely just a disconnect, and also the social media is just ruining like men and women's brains. Instead of talking to one another too.
You must be bad, the bar is in hell. I would just ask, like, if he's doing something differently than the way I would do it, why are you doing this? And wouldn't you know it, you get a lot of great
35 is on the older side. Yeah, for a woman. Like 38 is when you get into geriatric pregnancies. Like, what are we talking about here? Yes, 35 is older for a woman, on the older, younger side. Yeah.
Answers that actually make sense and are logical and teaches you a lot about your partner. And I have also told a lot of people, I was actually on a phone call with a woman who was asking me a lot of questions about my content. And one of the questions she asked me was, you know, what is something that you think people don't understand about your content? And I said, you know, I just think a lot of people don't understand why I'm interested in understanding men at all. And if I would have been introduced to my own videos 10, 11 years ago, I would have been resistant to them as well. I very likely would have been like a lot of the more ignorant women in my comment section who just default to like,
I don't know, man. Western women are kind of crazy for that, because like I got kind of like beaten over the head by my mom, like how a relationship needs to be. And like, granted, I don't agree with her on everything. I do think there's some really cringe like older takes. It's like, oh, you just have to be constantly subservient and like you have to do everything. It's like, bitch, the fuck I do, bitch. What do you mean? Everything. No, because I have to work now as a woman. Like, this isn't like the 1970s or 1980s where, like, you're growing up and your freaking husband goes off to work. Like, it sucks. Yeah, I think it's a little bit different. But yes, I do think that women just, like, are way more argumentative and way more entitled because of social media and stuff. Yeah. And, like, I saw it unravel with my family in front of me and how that relationship is like with between my mom and my dad. So that's why I think I'm a very strong proponent of like nuclear family. Like there has to be two people in the fucking household, otherwise like even if you have an amazing mom or an amazing dad and they're single, they can't make up for like the helpfulness and the balance of like having another person.
What a male-centered...
Can the guy stay at home and woman work? Yeah, sure, why the fuck not? Like, people are different. I don't like categorizing, like, men into, like, oh, you have to be, like, a fucking huge macho man and, like, you have to go out and fucking chop wood and do this and that. If you're fucking not into that and you're more a little bit more effeminate, like, and you still like chicks, like, fine, what the fuck ever. Do what you want. Just stay at home, then. The fuck?
Pick me.
It's just like, I think you need two people. You need two people. You have to. I do not simply cater to
all things men. But I have a father who I love. I have a husband who I love. I have a son who I love. Sorry for giving a shit about them. Sorry for having such positive men in my life that I've made it my mission to open other people's eyes to ways that I was personally not showing up as my best self for them, and decided that I was going to improve myself for them, because I can't control all men. I'll never be able to fix all men, but what I can control is myself and how I show up for the men.
It inspires people.
Life.
I think so.
And in this woman's case,
well, that's what my mom did with me. Like, I know that my parents would get into fights and stuff, but I'd see it happen, and like at the end of the day, I think you just need like a healthy, relatively healthy. Even if people aren't perfect, you need like a relatively healthy balance of like understanding, because if when you're a kid growing up, you might not understand it then, but then retroactively, you might like get into a relationship and you might like, you may have lessons that you saw from your family that you can apply to your own relationship. And that's what lacks. Again, if you are a single parent, even if you're a great parent, there are some amazing people that have to be single parents for whatever reason, like divorced, widowed, whatever. Like, it sucks. I get it. But you just need another person. You need it. Like, it sucks. You have to compensate constantly.
Unfortunately, she did not learn that lesson for 20 whole years until she was forced to learn it the hard way.
Oof.
By what it sounds like
This is at this point for my dad does not want to do. Yeah, that can work too.
Like,
yeah.
From the context of her video, that she was the one who initiated the divorce. And for a man to go from, like I said, Gomez Adams level of cherishing and worshiping, because let's be very...
For those that don't know, it's a famous character from, what is it called? The Addams Family? Yeah, it's basically him being like oh, I love you, mon chéri.
Clear here. Regular massages, in my opinion, is basically almost a form of worship. Like, that's a lot of like free labor that is not fun. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I've ever like had a blast giving a massage, right? Like, every single time my husband actually does like rub my shoulders or
you gotta get your hands in there.
First of all, I can tell that it's coming from a place of like true love and care. Like, it's come
my mom asked me to rub her shoulders because she was like working one night, I think, like after, you know, she was a teacher and she had to stay up like grading, and it was like late at night. She's like, Alana, can you rub my shoulder? Your dad's in bed, my back hurts. And I'm like, okay. And like digging in there, like, I don't know, my little like hands, I was like 12 maybe, and I'm like, like, that hurts. Yeah. Yeah, real massages take a lot of work in your fingers.
That I'm stressed.
You have to be really strong.
Taking the initiative to do whatever he can to help me manage my stress. So already, wow, that's so kind of you. But also, like, it's work. It takes effort, okay? Even on, like, a little body like mine, you know?
Oh, I actually went to go get a massage This was like a year ago. I threw out my shoulder. I was playing too much Dota, and I was stiffening up. And I went to like a massage place that was like for chiropractic or something. And it was like a separate practice. And the lady there, she's a short stack. She was like, I don't know, like 5'1", really small. And then she shook my hand, and I was like, "Holy fuck, you squished my hand, like, ouch!" Cause she's so strong. Yeah, like you gotta have like powerful fingers, like powerful muscles. And I remember when she was massaging my back and trying to get that knot out. Asian? No, she's actually white. I think she was Italian, but she was really nice. We got to some small talk, and I was like, "How are your like fingers so strong? Like you're a small chick. You don't look really muscular." She's like, "Dude, the first like you go to massage school," and she was just like saying like, "Yeah, when I went to massage school and like you have to learn how to like get people's knots out," and she was like, "Yeah, my hands hurt really bad for the first couple of months." Yeah.
Taking someone's like dirty ass pigs or really getting into them shoulder blades. It's effort. Okay.
It is a lot of effort.
I mean,
it's a lot of respect.
Jesus Christ. One of his... You guys thought I was just saying an expletive, but I'm
Wait,
actually
what?
about to talk about Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Like, even Jesus Christ, one of the things that people, like, love and respect about him the most, like, one of his actions that people truly saw as one of the most amazing things he did was washing the feet of his disciples, washing the feet of common prostitutes and
the
whores and
hose
sinners.
He cleaned a whore's feet. Wow.
It was this amazing symbol of him not only seeing these sinners and castaways as people, but people worthy of real selfless love and compassion.
Oh no!
And that's one of the things that made this figure so amazing throughout thousands of years. And you know, one of the most well-respected religions on this planet was because of stories like that.
Wow.
This man is giving you a treatment that the Son of God gave.
Yeah,
right?
The foot bros are happy.
It sucks that she had to end up causing so much pain to herself and this man, because I'm sure he didn't want to file for divorce. You know, I'm sure that's the very last thing he wanted. You know, I think it's
traumatic.
Only 20% of men are ever the ones to actually file. And
wow, that I thought it was more like 60-40.
Have to walk away from a relationship that's occupied, you know, like so much, if not most of his adult life. But eventually, that
10+ years with that chick.
Take it for granted of just being treated like shit no matter how much you give. You can only do that for so long. You can only hang on to hope for change for so long before you have to make that decision. And so, even though it sucks that she was like that for so long, I have to give this woman her laurels for coming on here and making this video, because Lord knows that she has every opportunity to do what so many women do, which is say, "Yes, queen, I'm divorced."
That's what I'm saying.
And
I see those all the time. Yes, I'm so happy. Finally, my divorce papers and my child support. Yes.
Thriving. She could. It sounds like she's actually doing pretty okay post-divorce. She's not incredibly bitter. She seems to, you know, still be a beautiful young woman who, you know, doesn't sound like she's impoverished or miserable. She could easily come on this platform and do what thousands to hundreds of thousands to maybe even millions of women do, which is like, my divorce was the best thing that ever happened to me. My ex is a piece of shit. I gave everything to that marriage. She doesn't have to be admitting any of this, right? No one's got a pew-pew to her head, you know, that we can see, but she seems like she's walking around an entire area
for it too.
here.
Well, then people will say she's being a pick-me and like, "Oh, you're just saying this to make girls look bad." It's like, no, man. Like, the fuck? Maybe she just had a really bad experience.
Right? Like, if someone was, like, chasing her and forcing her to do this, I think we'd have seen it. There's nothing in this for her. You know, like, let me do a little cursory glance of her profile, and she doesn't.
Yeah, she doesn't have like thousands and thousands of followers. She doesn't have tens of thousands. This is like pretty average, 7,000 followers. She's just an account. Just posted her opinion.
Doesn't even have the following to be monetized. Interestingly, looks like one of her. She even pinned it. She even pinned this to the top of her profile.
Damn.
Which maybe she did because it did go the most viral. People tend to pin their most viral videos. But she's clearly not ashamed of the message here. She's proud to warn people, to offer herself as kind of a martyr for this cautionary tale of like, ladies, men can be good. Men can be great even. And if you stop giving a shit about them, if you let yourself turn into a raging monster, you can lose them. They can walk away. They can find someone better, if you can believe it.
Also, men tend to, like, I've noticed this too. Men tend to post about, like, post-divorce and breakups more about how, like, oh, I'm gonna go work out, I'm gonna fucking fuck this bitch. Like, they have more determination of, like, sticking it to the man or to the woman in this case. And I don't know, maybe it's like a different psychology, because it's like women are just tend to be like a little bit more emotional. Women take a little bit more time, even if it's like, oh, he's breaking up with me, I'm gonna get over it, no, and then they like eat a bunch of ice cream and shit. Sounds like algorithm bias? Really? I don't know, I've just seen it a decent amount on average.
And
maybe it is bias.
It's gonna suck. It's gonna hurt to the point that you end up with these feelings even years after the fact. And I think a lot of this kind of reveals to us that probably a lot of these women who will never have the guts to admit any of what this woman said is there probably is a lot more of this sentiment than any of us will ever realize. It's just being buried deep, deep, deep down and covered with a large pile, a large mound of cope. Yeah. And every once in a while, when you watch
it's just like a psychology of not wanting to take accountability. There's no retrospection.
Of these videos of women who are like, I'm divorced and so happy. My life is so much better now. Every once in a while, you kind of get a glimpse of that cope. Sometimes it kind of shines through a little bit, especially when, you know, some of these really loud women saying things like, we don't need no man, we don't need no man. Every once in a while, you'll also see them making those videos of like, where have the good men gone? Why is it?
Oh my god. There's some really nasty, toxic Instagram reels that have been recommended to me of like a woman. It's like a woman 2 seconds saying like, oh my god, where have all the good men gone? And then like someone scrolling through their profile a couple of like months forward or months back, depending on the context, and it's them being single and like, it's like, man, and they have a kid and you're just like, bro, like, I don't know, man. I've heard so many stories of people that are like, I was this close to getting a divorce and I stayed because of the kid, and like I did it because I didn't want to like, I know that there's problems in the relationship, but I stayed because I love my kid, and I think our love for our child is like what brings us together. I think there was actually one really heart-wrenching one where it was a mom and a dad that were divorced for 20 or 30 years. And they hated each other, apparently. And then one of the kids' siblings died, and it's them, one of the sisters or brothers is recording it, and they're having like a mental breakdown because their kid died, passed away, and you think to yourself like, yeah, obviously they divorced and stuff, and maybe they were divorced for like a long time and they didn't really care for each other, but what brought them together was the love for their child, and that's what they really cared about. And it shows, like, obviously, I know maybe it's staged, maybe it's not, I don't know, but like the context is like, I think that there's a lot of people that just like blatantly divorce and they just don't fucking care and they don't want to take care of the kid together, despite having like no connection, maybe like love wise or something.
So
because you're raising your upbringing,
one of the things that she
offspring.
says in this video is exceedingly true. That like the older you get, the further out from your 20s and 30s you get, it's true, finding a good partner becomes a lot harder. I really don't think many of you will disagree.
Yeah, when you get older,
I'm not one of those like red.
Well, I mean, biology speaking, just for both genders, it does come increasingly harder to find a partner because your peak is between 20 to 30, and then maybe for 35 for men, because it's like you're at your peak physical condition. Anything past that, it's like you're going downhill, obviously. Like just biology wise, 40 is when your check engine light kicks in too.
Guys who's gonna tell
she
you
streamed
like
this?
you hit
Yeah, I
the
guess
wall
so.
when you're 30 and there's no more hope for you. That's not true. I see people finding the love of their lives, the best love they've ever had at 50, 60, sometimes even 70 and
I can see that.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think that it's impossible.
No, it's not, but it's
even
harder.
Become your most beautiful or handsome, most fit self later in life. You know, there are some people who were like grossly overweight through their 20s and 30s, and then they suddenly get like fit AF and start running marathons and stuff in their 40s. I've seen that too. For some people, dating later in life is a better experience because the partners they do find are more financially well off. They've learned a lot of other lessons in their lives and they're more mature. But there's a lot of downsides too, you know. There's a lot of people.
Someone in the chat over here says, as a man, it becomes easier in their 30s and 40s. Well, I shouldn't say. I mean, statistically speaking, the pool shrinks of availability. I just think it's a little bit easier for men because you grow into your maturity, into your career. Maybe you like start working out maybe like after 30 or something. I don't know. It's a lot of factors. I think the chatter is right. It's just that the pool is also substantially smaller.
Who are a lot more skeptical. People who have been broken down so bad they don't even put themselves out there anymore.
Some bitches
so
are into
you can't even find them. They're not leaving their house or their small circle. People who, even when you do find them, they don't trust you. They're not going to talk to you, much less date you. And a lot of the good ones are snatched up and taken and held on to by people who actually are grateful at that point. I don't think a lot of us can deny that.
You can't buy your youth back.
I was just having this conversation with TJ the other day about, you know, every once in a while I'd thank him for taking me out of the dating market before Tinder became the only way to date. You know, I'm just like, thank you so much for getting me out of there. It's like, I would imagine, you know, being in a war
Look at this guy. I still look pretty good at 46, but the dating options are just absolute garbage. I ain't even divorced. I'm a widower, and that's a whole different thing. Yeah, that's fucking rough, dude. Oh my lord. I would argue even like fucking widowing is just so much fucking harder, because like you lose the love of your life probably, right? That's sad.
And you know, someone grabs you and pulls you out right before the bomb goes off, and every time you send them a Christmas card, you're like, thank you so much for saving my life. Like, that's how I feel about my husband. Like, man, you got me right out of there. You know, it's like being in a gas station and buying a slushie right before they get like mugged and everybody's like pew-pewed up. You're like,
I've actually seen that. Oh my god. So I walked out and I'm pretty sure they got robbed, because I remember going back to that gas station maybe like a couple of days later. They're like, yeah, we got robbed a couple of days ago. I'm like, when? And I was like, I figured it out. That's pretty lucky.
Just in there. Whew.
That's happened to me before.
Oh god, the whole world
this is when I lived
of,
in the middle
like,
of bumfuck
Tinder
nowhere.
And Bumble and all that stuff just
Ew.
It just sounds so bad to me, because it's all based off of like location, right? And it's not like you're moving very often. You're gonna be living in the same spot for presumably a really long time. So those results that you get every time you go swiping, it's not like they're changing.
Nope.
And then these same people that are showing up in your Tinder are showing up in your friend's Tinder too. So we got this melting pot where everybody's unintentionally kind of becoming homie hoppers. Not to rub it in y'all's faces.
Yeah,
We're still
and it's also
single.
disconnected too.
There are plenty of people who have.
It's not like you talk to these people and they all talk to each other like in a, I don't know, like in a, like before social media was a thing. Like it's a lot easier to hook up now than it was like even 30, maybe 20 years ago.
Never been on those.
Yeah,
dating
you wouldn't
apps
even know you banged the chick that you homie banged.
Plenty of people who are on those dating apps, and it results in amazing, satisfying unions. All I'm saying is she's totally right. There are a lot of cons to being returned back in the dating world after 20 freaking years of being with someone. How do you go back to dating where you can't even pee with the door open anymore? That's my question. I really don't think I could date after TJ. If God forbid anything happened to him. Sorry, I am in my spinster, cat lady, dog for protection, wine era. We're not
doing this shit.
Okay? So good for him for going out and finding someone who not only he seems to be happy with, but even his ex is happy for him being with. And good for her for healing and growing and freaking learning from this, because I feel like that was the only way for her, you know, the only way to go up. And I feel like it's only going to be upward mobility for her from here. The power of accountability is such an important thing. Being able to take accountability, to own your mistakes, I think this goes back to like a home math video that we talked about, where it's like, it's the level of thinking that some people have. There's just some people that have like level 1 to 2 thinking, and they don't even think like maybe a month ahead of time. They don't think about the long term, and I think that's like an inherent problem that people don't understand. And like, how do you filter for these people that just wouldn't care for you maybe like a month from now, or like even like 6 months from now, or a year? It's just like a cognitive like every
misunderstanding
you will ever
or lacking
have,
of,
be it romantic, friendship, familial, your career. I genuinely believe that the type of man and woman who can take accountability are the types of people who end up making the absolute best leaders of all time. The best people you can commit to, the best people that you can sign on for a big project. I really wouldn't trust anyone else who can't take accountability. So for this one, big win. Big win. Good for her. I don't even have any notes. I don't even have any criticisms on this one. Just thank God. And I really hope that a lot of people who see this video actually take a page from her book. I hope. I pray. I eat, love, pray.
A little hoper, not a doomer video. I like that. She's a wise woman. And I would say, I would take her opinion over some woman that's like, oh yeah, I don't have kids. I don't have anything going for me. Like, she's a kid and a husband, and they care for her. She's a little quirky, a little millennial, you know. She's a nice lady. Go check her out. Yeah, a little hopium. Yeah, a little hopium. A little happiness. How do I reach these kids? Try to not oversaturate your brain with Instagram and TikTok and Twitter slop. Like, I look at that content and it's usually out of amusement, because I know there's like exceptions to the rule. I don't try to blanket state and be like, oh my god, every woman is like this. It's not true, but like, we definitely do. I 100% believe there is a problem with society. I do think that feminism has pushed women way too far into thinking that they have to fucking have a job. They have to basically like dismiss all men. Any pushback from men is toxic. and a man calling a woman a bitch is like the worst thing on the planet. I do think that like there is a point that we have gone way too fucking far. We're not supposed to be in this position because like a lot of women unironically fucking think this way, and it's really gross. And then all the women that are relatively normal and they maybe like say, hey, this isn't like how it's supposed to be, they get called fucking pick-me's like me, and it's annoying because it's like it's not true. I am very abrasive. I can be stubborn. I can be like annoying and stupid. But like I just don't think I'm a pick-me. Pick-me is like, oh my god, I'm surrounding myself with a bunch of boys, and like, oh my god, like everybody loves me. Like I'm actually very introspective. I don't think that like any of my attitudes should be like it's not exceptional. I think that like women just have to behave in a certain way where men and women coexist and they work together. I don't think that men should be fucking controlling over everything. I think that there has to be like a balance and it has to be reached. You're almost an anti-pygmy? I don't fucking know. I just hate the label, to be honest. Genders are forever in a Cold War? I don't know. I just hope that it doesn't pendulum swing the other way where we speedrun repealing the 19th. I don't know. That would not be great. That would not be fantastic.